Okay, everybody, welcome to day 971 of eating a sheet of paper a day. This is the paper, this is me, and then of course this is the YouTube video. Those are the Holy Trinity, right? Father, Son, Holy Ghost, video, Brian, paper, Brian's mouth. That's the fourth thing. It's the secret menu item. Okay, enough bullshit. Let's just get to eating already. And I forgot my fucking water. Okay, hold on. Let me put my score for the day. We are scraping past. All right, what's up, Brian? That number is what's up. So process that number, understand it. I'll get my water. Be right back. Every time, man. This is why soda is so much better because it's in a pre-packaged bottle that I can scratch out the fridge. Hey, Dad. Oh yeah. After about half an hour of eating and talking, catch my drift. I think I'll be able to do the WoW thing.
Okay. I'm already logged into the full worry, so.
You're gonna do a little bit of waiting. You guys are gonna have to. Well, no. We're doing WoW after this, right, Mom? You know I'm doing the very important paper stream, one of the most important cultural events of the 21st century. Time is going by fast. I know, like day 237 just felt like yesterday. Am I right? So Mr. Gecko says, stop it. This is too early. No, this is the only time we could do it. Now, not that this has happened, but hypothetically, imagine a day that goes by and Brian Case, in parentheses, paper eater, doesn't live stream himself eating paper, as in he forgets. Sometimes at 6:30, I'm busy, and at 6:30 today, I will be busy. And so the only way to do the stream is to do it now, man. And I think the whole clusterfuck approach to this will make you guys appreciate when I actually have a schedule. In fact, I will have the streams after day 1000, the post paper eating content. It'll be on the dot by the minute. So I will be like moving stuff around to accommodate it. That's how serious I'm taking this. You know, unemployed type behavior, I know, but I have to commit to that. Bring back Brian bathroom. Hey, listen, if you beg for the Brian bathroom, you're not going to get it. All right, those special Brian bathroom paper eating moments only happen through spontaneity. It'll happen when you least expect it. If you ask for Christmas every night, you're not going to get it. So the Brian Case bathroom toilet paper eating videos only come when you least expect for them. Hello, Palpatine in parentheses, the Senate. Now, knowing Moses, I think that's probably you, and you changed your name again. This is always so exciting. Every time I stream, I wonder who Moses is going to change his profile to this time. Dude, the real Emperor Palpatine is here. I know, it's really scary. Well, I mean, I would say that it's not real, but it's the internet, and it says Palpatine right there, so I think it's him. I think it's really him. He said hello twice, and then 2 dots. I think that's just Moses for being. And then of course he goes in his alt account, and yeah, okay, yeah, Moses. I still think it's you. But yeah, it's real. Well, it's cool. We got a good new special guest. So I know people have said that this is a very negative thing on the internet because it encourages children to eat paper, which that's never happened. I don't have the influence or the reach to do that. And also, when people are seeing me choke down pieces of paper with water, I don't think that's a good sell either. So I don't think it's doing anything like that. But if there's anybody trying to debate how evil my stream is, Palpatine, you're an expert. So how about you judge whether or not what I'm doing rivals anything that you've done in the original trilogy? I'm not going to talk about any of the other movies. Who is this Moses you speak of? Now, see, if you didn't say that, I would totally not think that you're Moses, and we'd be fine. But you said that, and now I'm not even going to call you Palpatine anymore. We have Moses 1 and Moses 2 in the stream right now. Thank you very much, Mr. Gecko. We are going to pin this as per usual. Do not eat paper if you're not a trained professional. You forgot the apostrophe. That's fine, though. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Mr. Gecko says, Palpatine, aren't you a grandpa now? Does that imply you had sex? You don't know anything about Palpatine's family tree. He probably adopted most of his children. What do you know about it? I mean, Palpatine, feel free to reveal only the information that you know, because it's totally you. Yes, Moses, I had a hunch. That I was... All right. You had to clarify the apostrophe stuff after you actually typed an apostrophe in the same statement where you were clarifying that you hate typing apostrophes. That's good. Bro, that ain't me. You're not convincing me. Who is this Moses you speak off? Get out of here, man. I know it's you. So, you managed to get an extra phone for your birthday, huh? You're double wielding. I respect that. Okay. Well, how's everybody doing? It seems like everybody is extra defensive today, so I'm going to guess that your scores are underneath 4. But that's okay. Andy the Anteater, I don't know who you are, but I'm just going to say this randomly. New Mesa semester is beginning. Do you feel as if Mesa as a community college has gone downhill or uphill? What's your experience? If I were to predict, I think that you've come into your own a little more. You're right. You're getting more gigs, which indicates self-confidence. Generally, an increase in self-confidence means that everything becomes better, including school. So I would assume that it's gotten better, but I want to hear it from you. Gilbert says my score is a 9.7. Jesus, you don't normally give your score, so maybe you rate every day a 9 point something, but that's pretty good. Has anyone from your work ever found your Instagram? As a matter of fact, they nearly always do. That's a very good question because I have had, I can't even count, Pizza Port, Cinepolis, the Y, and technically the jazz stuff was kind of the first job. And I mean, that was through Instagram. So, I mean, that's, yeah, every single job, there have been people who have found it, mainly because naturally in conversation, I end up talking about it because the Instagram, it tells stories of everything that I kind of get into, every conflict, every issue, every single life change. It's reflected in my stories because I post often. So I'll go, oh, this reminds me of a story I posted. Oh, on where? Oh, yes, on here. So Belly Up Stevie 67 says, WTF is this? Now, careful. There are children here, so I don't encourage the nasty language. But what this is a contracted government survey to see the long-term effects of paper on the human body. Pica is a serious disorder. It involves people eating inedible objects. Now, a huge reason as to why pica is still a persistent problem is because people think that paper causes no harm to the body. However, paper is a very nasty gateway into eating things like lead paint chips. Now, we could continue to let thousands of children endanger themselves, or I, as one man, could sacrifice my body for science, contracted by the government, and then this house is government funded, by the way. I get this lodging for free just from doing this. And we figure out the long-term effects of 1,000 sheets of paper on the body. We are currently at day, you know it, 971, and we are continuing this project until we experience some side effects. Now, there's been mild constipation. Unfortunately, we have not been able to directly link that to the paper consumption. Me and my team of researchers are still looking deeper and deeper, both literally and proverbially speaking, into the digestive tract and the effects of paper on it. This is not just a gimmicky experiment. This is, in fact, me tapping into a serious modern epidemic when it comes to this mental disorder known as pica. What are these kids getting themselves into? Even if there are paper-only pica people, POPPs, as we like to call them, what are they truly experiencing? Even if they don't move on to lead paint chips, so many parents are considering it permissible enough to let their kids continue eating exclusively paper. For me, I don't have pica, but I have a heart, a big one at that. I care. So we're going to make sure that we understand these damn dysfunctional little delinquent teenager bitches know what they're getting into. Because I don't think anyone has ever... how many reams have you eaten? I don't know what a ream is. I'll have to Google that. But if you mean sheets and it was an autocorrect, I would probably say, I mean, look at the title of this video, 971 plus all the ones I did before this as kind of a practice thing. In order to do this government project, I had to train in order to properly ingest these, and that took a good number of them. If you go to my main channel, you'll find my 30 subscriber paper eating ceremony from about 6 to 7 years ago. I did eat 30 pieces of paper. It was something else. I start college tomorrow. I'm pretty nervous. It's just school with extra steps and a little more freedom. It's kind of, by the way, if you're going to a community college, even if you're going to a normal college, there are a lot more communes. And I know you're kind of a Che Cafe commune guy. So I know for a fact that when you go there, you're going to breathe a huge sigh of relief. Free Ritz crackers for anyone with an annual income underneath 50,000. You're going to be all right. A ream is 500, almost 2 reams. So it's kind of like bands, right? When black rappers talk about bands of money, right? It's just a collection of multiple things. Ream definition. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. So I've eaten almost 2 reams. Well, I mean, if it has a name, then sure. Oh, so it's just a big stack of paper. I'm guessing, right? That's what we buy at Staples. Hey, white rappers talk about bands too. No, yeah, they don't say it with the same stank. All right, it doesn't count. All right, it's knockoff band talk. Ian 30 says, "What does that mean?" Well, I mean, yeah, no, I'm glad we clarified what a ream means. Now I know. Belly Up Stevie, welcome to the channel. You have invulnerability from mods deleting your comments until it's your 3rd day here. Yeah, well, you don't have protection from Ian 30, and knowing Ian, he may or may not just delete you just to make a statement against Mr. Gecko's whole statement just now. Brian's stomach is full of paper and his colon. Incorrect, actually. In fact, my team of researchers and scientists did a scan. We did 2 scans. There was an X-ray to see if there were any actual problems involving the lining, and then they also did a, the little ass camera. They put one up there about 2 feet, and they found nothing. I'm Belly Up Stevie 67. I could surmise that. Welcome to the stream, by the way. You're welcome back anytime. Anytime we're streaming, of course, because if I'm not streaming, there's no way to get on there. But the first Belly Up Stevie died 2 days ago. 67 of you guys, huh? In 2 days, all of you guys died? I mean, if you think about it, statistically in the world, 2 people die every second and 5 people are born every day. Wait, no. Every second, 5 people are born and 2 people die, right? So that means every second 3 people get, and this is an average, of course, but I'm sorry for your loss. Well, no, I suspected this is a kind of doppelganger test tube baby type scenario, right? Where one dies and then, whoever created you just, takes a sample of your blood or your toenails and just spawns a new version of you. I would never mess with your authority, Mr. Gecko. We are okay. That's good. Yeah, because if people start going to war in my chat without my permission, then I might have to revoke everybody's status. I didn't make that statement clear last time because it was really funny when you guys were just clowning around with each other, but it started getting serious, and I was so close to putting my foot down. We need to stop talking about. I know it's a sensitive subject, but I mean, I know how these things work. I know that Belly Up Stevie 66 died before you were even born. You didn't even witness his death. This is all shit you've been told third person. You don't have any connection to this, It's like if my mom made a big hairy deal about being in the Japanese internment camps herself. No. That was 2 generations ago. You yourself were never actually in those. You're just hearing stories and confabulating that with yourself. I'm saying, Mr. Stevie, that it is fascinating because you're the product of a very unique scientific experiment. And stop talking about Belly Up Stevie. Hey, listen. He was pretty cool. I know he had some controversial political opinions, and you're essentially a clone of him, so I don't know how separate you are personally from him. But I'm not just going to forget him. He had a life too. His death was untimely. That bus was breaking the speed limit, and they didn't look at the stop signs, so that was really on them. Stevie was not at fault there. He should have won that lawsuit, but lawyers are expensive. This is not a bit, and it's not dumb, all right? I'm taking Belly Up Stevie at his word, and I've seen many people, interacted with many people with stories like this, and they're all very sad, and they need to get the recognition on the internet. What's really interesting is, a lot of the people on the stream recently, I feel like the age demographic is going down. So you're having people kind of in the preteen range, with the exception of you, Ian, and of course, Andy the Anteater, who is 35. And they're doing these bits that really remind me of when I was in Camp ICANN. I was hearing all of the very unique children talk about their experiences, which is beautiful. In fact, that makes the stream more interesting, but it definitely has a vibe to it, We are dealing with a different stream than what we were dealing with a year ago. A lot of cynics in the stream last year. There we go. All right, well, Belly Up Stevie, I know it is your first time here, and for those who are not here for their first time and have heard me say this before, I know I say this quite literally every time I stream, but I commit myself to many things. One of the things I've committed myself to today is a session with my parents on World of Warcraft, all right? Don't snivel, snort, or chortle at that, okay? It's not funny. It's deadly serious business. But in about 8 minutes, I'm going to have to end this stream because I actually want to make good on this promise, because my dad, he gets depressed if I don't interact with him, and his love language is only this one single video game. So I got to do it for him. And plus, I'm at level 11, and that's when the game gets very interesting. Hey, is the Senate still here? I don't see any Senate. No, I don't think they're here, man. Mr. Lizard Man, you need to stop this. So there is a bit of a war going on right now. But again, if you expect on the paper stream, which to me, I believe the American ideals get reflected here in this stream, and you're telling someone to not say something, they'll keep bringing it up. Pinky promise. Slick back your hair. Man. Nope. Because if I tried to do that, my toupee would come off. And I'm trying to, keep it on the down low that I have male pattern baldness. None of this is real. And these wigs are not designed to be slicked back. But thank you for the suggestion. I mean, you can just imagine what that would look like. Just pretend that it is. No, we have judgmentality tally. Let's see. Anytime a viewer is judgmental, specifically Ian30, we're going to mark this down, all right? I wish I was using OBS right now so we could pop up a graphic on screen, all right? Being judgmental is cool and all, but there's a certain type of judgment we are taking note of here, all right? Now, I wish this was an actual room full of people sitting on chairs so that we could kind of break the paddle out and spank people, but unfortunately, all we can do is scold people. So, Ian, being judgmental of other viewers, that's not very nice. Now, I have jobs that are all about accepting people's different mental states. As a matter of fact, I used to be in special education classrooms myself. And if you started talking mad about the guy with psychosis, you'd probably have him projectile diarrhea all over you. All right. So it's a basic lesson to learn in life. Just make sure to, obviously express your judgment, but express it in a way that's a little more colorful at the very least. If you're going to judge somebody, do it in a colorful way that expresses your character, not just, damn, this guy sinks. No, it's okay. I'm sorry, Stevie. Or you could backpedal. That's another way to do it. I mean, it's good. I'm glad people are good listeners around here. Jesus Christ. Every single person here is just using everyone. All right. Everyone's being called the slur that they hate the most. All these personal feelings are getting resurfaced. Jesus. Almost had a diarrhea attack during PE. That does sound like you, Gilbert, the G_. Also, your friend, Sean Kazam. I was actually curious. I hate to admit this, but I searched this guy up on Instagram, and either I'm being followed by a really terribly managed alt account of a famous person, or I'm being followed by a random guy who modeled his account after a famous person, right? Because Sean Kazam, by the way, the original account that followed me, completely gone, disappeared, and all I see is this, right? And it does kind of look like the fucking guy who's been following me. I know he posted a couple pictures. Now, it's possible, Gilbert, that you're a mutual acquaintance of this person, and you probably know that this is not him and that he probably has an obsession with this guy. But it's just some random self-help Indian fella on the internet. They chart out like 12 of these guys every year. They're a dime a dozen. I don't know why your friend would model his entire account off specifically this guy, unless he was this guy. That's what makes me think, So there is no cult following. There's nothing special or magnetic about this person. I've seen these videos. It's very generic. So what's very weird about this whole thing to me is just why Sean the Socks Banger, right? That's named off after this thing. And I know this because Sean Kazam, that was the name of the actual account of the guy. Right? So, is this not the same person? What else could this be? I'm looking up Sean Kazam. This is the only guy with that name on here. And it looks very close to those pictures of whoever was taking a selfie of himself on that story that got deleted shortly after. But I know what it looks like, and it looks like this guy.
5 things that are holding you back from anxiety.
This guy seems nothing like whoever the hell was texting me. But again, I mean, people like this, they always put on facades, fake personas. So as far as I'm concerned, this guy could be him. Because this guy I know he has got a following, 35,000 followers, but I mean, if I'm looking at his content and how ununique it is.
5 things that are...
This guy does not seem like somebody who would ever have any rando make a fan account of him with his own name. That just does not seem possible. It just doesn't. So my only theory is that either there's a really weird obsessive person out there who only likes this one very generic self-help guy. My theory is, and this is what I would like to think because it's just really funny, this generic popular Sean Kazam guy is secretly a weirdo and made his own alt account and has been following me anonymously and is using all of these fucking alt accounts, including this one, Gilbert the G _. Right? Jesus Christ, guys. I give one crazy conspiracy theory, and then you guys start popping off with all of these slurs over here. Like, I don't even want to say these slurs. Lizard man? Jesus. And then Ian 30 is just being judgmental. Anyways, I hope you guys understand my theory, right? I'm seeing you guys throw lizard slurs and typing in all caps all over the damn place, and Palpatine saying that he can feel people's anger. Okay, pervert. But like, no one's talking about how this self-help guy,
things that are
that he shares the same name with the dude that's been following me, and I know that it could be a fan account. I'm just saying, who's making a fan account of this guy?
when you're struggling with anxiety, it's natural to think that you're
This guy, I'm telling you, man, just look up any generic name. Look up Justin, and you'll find a verified account that's a self-help anxiety recovery influencer on Instagram that looks and sounds exactly like this guy. There are guys like this everywhere. I don't miss Sean. Yeah, and now you know his double life. Now you know who he really is. All right, he's Sean Kazam anxiety therapist. Oh, thanks, Mom. Yeah, this is my meal after my real meal here. But I like the dispersal of butter on this bread. It's just not spread. It's just 2 little cubes on 20% of the bread. Yeah, I'll use a knife to spread it. Wait, what was your question? Oh, I think those are pretty good for now. When I have it with pomegranate juice, which is chilling out in the fridge, we're gonna have ourselves a full meal. Oh, thank you. That's good. Belly Up Stevie says, I miss Sean. We all miss Sean, Mr. Gecko says. Ian 30, you're alone. I miss Sean too. I miss him and his irrelevant live chat comments about nothing. There was something kind of charming about them. Now, and I only realized that they were charming after he was gone, He's going to come back after hearing me say this on a live stream, and then we're not going to miss him all of a sudden. Belly Up Stevie, you would love Sean. And then Mr. Gecko does in fact concur. He would love Sean. I think Belly Up Stevie is just Sean. That's what I'm saying, man. Now, my mind's been blank the last 3 weeks, but I do forget that in this live chat, there is a hell of a lot of lore, a lot of exposés, a lot of new slurs being invented for specific people and their genetic deformities, like Mr. Gecko over here. And we're seeing kind of factions break off in the paper reading community. And I am neutral to all of it. I believe that everybody has the right to their own opinion. I think Lizard Man is going too far, but again, I'm only giving you the hard D as I'm quoting what someone else said, but I get it. I don't have that many deformities. You're a gecko. That's actually distorted to the max. Okay. This is the last piece, by the way. I know I have to cut it short again. I'm actually making these streams intentionally bad so that when you see how consistent we are after day 1000 of eating a sheet of paper a day, you guys will go, damn, Brian, I'm so glad you made those streams terrible because now I appreciate this a lot more. Again, if we had Christmas every day, when the 25th came along, it would mean nothing. So don't cut it short. Gilbert, the fact that you said that will make me end it even earlier. All right, we're going to just drink up now. Andy the Anteater says, I personally think I'm just different. Wolakip says don't. Well, Wolakip actually has he's got some skin in the game. Okay, well, I will stay just to tell Andy the Anteater this. My theory is that diagnoses don't exist. It's all just a cluster of symptoms. Now, I think that you have Andy the Anteater syndrome. I have Brian syndrome, and a bunch of lazy ass psychologists try to assign it all to one name. Autism is a myth. It's not even real. All right. If you look at one person with autism versus another person, two completely different people. When it comes to the differences between one autistic person and another, or autistic people and non-autistic people, what you're seeing are just differences between individuals. It's just a cluster of symptoms. That's the label that that's the thing that we've assigned the label of autism to. Incredibly lazily, autism is a myth. It's not real. It is a inconsistent, oftentimes arbitrary cluster of symptoms that mean nothing. Such a widespread group of symptoms too. Just anything that's unusual or not considered societally the norm. That's what it is. So, Andy the Anteater, I think you're fine. I think that you have Andy syndrome, or I know your real name, Moses syndrome. So if anybody is saying, hey, my doctor diagnosed me with compulsive dick cheese picking syndrome or something like that, which those exist, believe it or not, you just have a individual quirk. What those diagnoses don't address is the causes behind it, which also entail the solutions. So all they're assigning a label to is just what they see on the surface, and that says nothing about you. So when someone tells me, "Oh, I have autism," I'm like, "No, you don't. None of that's real. It's all bullshit. You have your own individual mental illness. No mental illness is alike, and everyone has one of them. All of the things that make us us, that is our own individual diagnosis, our own illness. We're all fucked up here. And by that logic, speaking in relatives, none of us are fucked. Because as Syndrome from The Incredibles said, when everyone's special, no one will be. And then he laughs devilishly. Okay. Everybody, thank you so much. Woolakip, I appreciate you for encouraging me to stay a little longer because I think that needed to be said. Everybody, make sure to live, laugh, cry, or also not die. Wow, did I really fuck that one up? Well, I also skipped a verse. I'll see you tomorrow. That'll be day 972. Make sure to live, laugh, cry, and also not die. And until next time, this is goodbye.